Steph, what in your opinion kind of changed the game tonight?
We just kept our composure. I think we brought good energy. The second unit was amazing, you know, both halves really, but especially in that third quarter, give us some life. Obviously, Kelly played, you know, arguably his best game on both ends of the floor. EP off the bench did amazing, impacting the game. Obviously, Draymond's energy, you know, guarding AD, forcing him into tough shots. And we obviously, you know, made some momentum in that second half to just give us a chance. And then very similar to the Clipper game earlier, you know, carried that momentum down the stretch, made a couple big shots, and was a big win for us considering how it started.
This game tonight kind of capped off a really tough stretch for you guys against playoff teams. What does that do for your guys' confidence, not just winning the way you guys did, but beating a team like the Lakers?
It's just a step in the right direction, but we have to be able to put a couple of these together in a row. And they're all learning lessons in terms of the caliber of team that you're playing at that, you know, at the top of the West that's been established, has been there before, and you know, good measuring stick for us. So 7-6, we're obviously, you know, in a good position, but we have to be able to put a couple of these in a row to really prove that this is who we can be and who we are. And, you know, that's the challenge in this league every night. No matter who you're playing, you got to really fight for a win.
They flipped up the rotation and had Kelly in that start of the second quarter unit. How do you think that helped you guys?
I mean, it gave him some space to obviously get off the dribble, get to the cover a couple times, you know. But defensively, obviously, he fits right into that unit where he can put pressure on the ball. They can switch a lot and just kind of cause havoc across the court. And he just brings energy. He's always done that. No matter how you talk about his shooting and all that, he always brings energy. And that was a big thing for us tonight in this particular game, considering where the lead was and the crazy swings back and forth. He made his presence felt, you know, all whatever 30-plus minutes he played.
Steph, Chris Alvarez from ABC7. Steve always talks about building an identity. So how do these wins, comebacks against two of the best teams in the league, really help you guys build an identity?
I mean, proves we're capable, but it's opposite when you kind of have a game like Denver where you don't have anything going because you're building expectations of how you're supposed to play. So you got to remember what the difference was first half to second half tonight, bottle that up, bring it against we play the Spurs on Wednesday, and just keep plugging away. We're getting really good reps and identifying, like to your question, what it is going to take for us to win against the best teams in the league. And we got to just go out and do it.
All right, you heard from one MVP there.
And, you know, it was a move that, again, it's early in the season, so we're just trying to look at a lot of different things, and it worked out, and we'll probably do it again next game.
Steve, to follow up on Oubre, you've been so confident all along that he would find his way. Is this the kind of game that you think can really turn him in the right direction now moving forward for the season?
I hope so. I mean, I think, you know, he's been good for us. He's dogging the ball up and down the floor. You know, he really plays with energy defensively, especially on the ball, and that's been one of the main things we've been looking for him with Clay out. You know, that relieves Steph of a lot of duties defensively, and that frees Steph up to expend his energy, you know, on offense. So Kelly's already been good for us in a lot of ways. It's just that he struggled with his shot, and everybody's locked in on his shooting percentage from three. But I think there's no question it's been bothering him. You know, he's been frustrated, and I know in the locker room great, and he should, because he just played a hell of a game.
Steve, you mentioned that you flip-flopped Wiggins and Oubre's roles. It kind of seems like you did that early on defense too. You had Wiggins guarding the point guard and Oubre guarding LeBron. What kind of went into that?
Well, we know how important Schroeder is to their offense, and we figured let's put Andrew on the ball and let Kelly pick up LeBron full court when LeBron was going to handle. And so we liked the length on Schroeder, and we liked Kelly's willingness to pick up full court. Now Schroeder really got going, and it wasn't based on Andrew's defense. It was based on our team defense. We just couldn't keep him out of the lane. But again, I mean, the thing that we are trying to establish as a team is that we're going to be good defensively. So I know everybody's focused on the offense and, getting more shooters on the floor and everything, but, we're trying to be a good defensive team first. And Andrew and Kelly, with their length and athleticism, should be two of our best defenders. And that's why we're continuing to go the way we're going. But it's still early, and we've got to tinker, and we got to find the rotations that make the most sense.
Hi, Steve. Carlos Ramirez, NBC Bay Area and Telemundo. Against that team on that court and against the current sixth man of the year, was that a statement game for Eric Pascal?
I don't know. I mean, Eric has been doing this all season. So I guess the fact that this was a national TV game and a lot of people were watching, maybe some people who didn't notice Eric before are going to notice, but this has been what he's done now all season long. He's having a fantastic early part of the season for us. He's really solidified his role, and he's given that second group a lot of punch.
Steve, Chris Alvarez from ABC7. You talk about building an identity. You have two big comeback wins against arguably two of the best teams in the league. How does that go towards what you guys are trying to do as a foundation?
Well, I think the whole thing tonight, the lesson is that we have to scrap. I didn't think we scrapped in the first half. I didn't think we competed, and we did that in the second half. The whole half, guys were flying around. Everybody who came in off the bench did a great job. So I just think it was a good lesson for our team that if we compete and defend at a high level, we've got a chance to beat anybody.
What did you think about James Knight? I think he had 5 fouls and 13.
James struggled tonight. The
game right now. We'll get to that in just a second. But his reaction to what Draymond Green, he said he saw the Draymond of old tonight. You look at his stat sheet here, it's not pretty. The plus minus at one point was minus 30. But 9 assists, 8 rebounds, and Draymond Green did make plays down the stretch for this team.
He definitely made plays. He got a lot of guys involved. He had 9 helpers. So when a guy could get 9 assists as a point forward, that's always a big boost. I like that he was looking for a shot. He knocked down a 3 tonight. He shot 2 of them. Yep. 2 big plays at the end of the game. So when he's playing like that, he's being aggressive, looking at the rim and looking at the basket. I think he's a different player. So if he can continue to look for his offense while he's playmaking and looking for his guys, it's a different team.
No doubt.
I thought he picked his spots beautifully, and he made 2 of the biggest shots of the game. The two plays in the paint. Yep. One layup, and then the one left-handed scoop shot off the double teams on Steph. But again, 7 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds. That sounds like Draymond. I think what's really important is when he's out of the game, the bench is either building a lead, maintaining a lead, right? So when he comes back in crunch time, he can just come in and make the right plays. And tonight, it did look similar to what we're used to seeing, where Steph gets doubled, right, Draymond handles, and either scores it or makes the right decision.
Yeah, and he made some big-time decisions there late in the fourth quarter with 2 layups here. Here's Draymond Green on the podium here talking about tonight's win against the L.A. Lakers.
I mean, we want to scrap and claw. As we've discussed, that has to be our MO this year. But I think, most importantly, we spoke about being great on the defensive end. And, down the stretch, in order to make that comeback, you have to put stops together. And it started with our second unit, they're starting us off and getting the run going. And then from there, we were able to come back in and continue on with that momentum.
How much of an identity is that second unit building? I mean, they've been really good for you guys in several games recently.
It's kind of getting to the point now where you expect them to be good. You know,